What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. As you guys know, the markets are absolutely exploding in regards to price. We know that Litecoin is actually above $73. We have Bitcoin teeter-tottering on $9,800, almost at that $10,000 resistance. We also have Ethereum exploding past $222 and XRP currently at around 28 cents, maybe 27.99, but for the most part 28 cents. And then you can see at the current coin market cap, we do have a lot of consolidation that's probably going to happen within the next couple of days or two. Otherwise, in today's video more specifically, I want to be focusing on what exactly is in store for the market for the altcoin season, for Bitcoin specifically, for XRP, in regards to the fact that maybe after this massive explosion, we may not be continuing to head up in the short term. We may see some sideways consolidation to lower ourselves back on the RSI and some other graphs, and then we will allow ourselves to move up even higher. I want to show you some previous trends, compare those back and forth, and then we'll take it further. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump into today's episode. So guys, I am currently on my YouTube channel. You can see yesterday's video did very well. I also posted the Welcome to Crypto TV. Like I said, if you haven't seen this already, highly recommend you do so. This is basically the trailer for our YouTube channel. But yesterday we talked about don't blink. XRP and Ripple Bitcoin are mooning and they're shooting up in price. I want to continue off of that pattern. As we know, when markets start to boom, they also tend to fall fairly quick after. You can just look at previous movements in 2019 where we had the massive movement up all the way to $8,200, and then we fell just as quickly down to 66, but in the end we kept on trucking higher. So that's what I want to continue and discuss with today, because all these red candles are short positions. You know, shorting the coin from 13.7 all the way down to $10,000 is a huge short position, but it's a very risky one due to the fact that we'll immediately jump right back up. But in regards to long-term movement, that's what I want to discuss with you guys. So to start with Bitcoin, as you guys can see, Bitcoin has some very interesting movements, and you can see the uptrend right here. More specifically, I want to show you this on DueDEX, and you can see also update. I am making the video on DueDEX. It should be out tomorrow or the following day, sometime this weekend. So if you guys were interested in that, definitely make sure to stay tuned. But in regards to DueDEX, you can see what exactly I have drawn on here. So you can see I did actually make the RSI a little bit easier to see. Very easy to do. If you guys have any questions about how to do that, definitely let me know down in the comments, and I can show you how I darkened it and made it a lot easier to see. But you can see right now we're teeter-tottering on overbought. Now I want to just compare something. You can see every time we actually hit overbought, we ended up correcting back down some. You can see back here, this is where we teeter-totted on overbought back in January 7th right here. And then we had to correct down some, just a small amount of correction, eventually just lowering us on the RSI back down to 60 from a high of 70. And then it gave us enough volume to push us up even higher, gave us enough room to go up higher. Same thing happened. We teeter-tottered on overbought. We needed some consolidation. We started to use this uptrend here for a point of support. And then once we corrected back down some, we were able to go up even higher. And it goes like this, in almost like stepping stones, the way the price is acting right now. So if we base this off previous history, we should be expecting to see the same thing. Maybe not a retest of the uptrend, maybe some sideways consolidation, but ultimately some short-term corrections back down, maybe loading us back to either 60 or 50 on the RSI. You can see back at 9,500, we retested this, nearing overbought. We consolidated back down to support. Then we shot up even higher. Now this is the next step. The next step is the $10,000 resistance right here. So what we're looking for is, due to the fact that we're overbought, either just some sideways movement at the current price of $9,800, and then a move to the upside, breaking through 10,000. So if right now, if you haven't bought in yet, it may be something to consider. I'm going to let it play out for a couple more days. Just a quick show. You can see the date range. Each time we consolidated, it was about a week. Here's 1 week. Here's 10 or 11 days. Then we had this one, which is about 8 days. So about a week on average, we see consolidation. And it seems like we're just going to start that right now. So in about 7 days, you can see we're pretty much retesting the support of this uptrend right here. So there's a very high chance for the next couple of days, maybe week, we see some consolidation where we ripple off $9,500 and about $9,800. And continue to sideways trade until we can lower the RSI from 70, maybe down to 60, if not 50. But once we retest support right here, that's when we buy in long and we shoot up in price, which I will be showing you guys very, very, very soon. If not the buy-in in the video when I make the full description, I will be updating you guys when, because I have now money moved into my account. So when I do see some more consolidation and retestment, I will be buying long. That's my plan of action. You guys can follow up with that. Obviously, make sure to stay tuned. If you don't have DueDEX or haven't signed up yet, it is the first link in the description. This way you guys can follow my trades if you want, but we're just waiting right now. They also have some pretty cool sign up bonuses where they'll give you some free Bitcoin if you sign up. But for right now, you can see we're looking for that sideways movement. About a week now of sideways consolidation. We've had it every single time. 1, 2, and now 3. We're looking for our fourth sideways movement, setting a fourth higher low, which will be around right here, maybe come February 14th, about 1 week from now on Valentine's Day. And then we may see that explosion upwards. So right now, there's no real reason to buy in this very second, because you probably will experience some sort of, consolidation back down to 95. But after that, once we retest support right here, that's when I'll buy in and we'll shoot up to the upside and we'll capitalize off this movement. So within the week, we're going to be buying in on DueDEX and riding this puppy back up as soon as we see that support being retested, or we see a small consolidation back down on the RSI, then we'll buy in and explode. So now moving on, you can see XRP is kind of seeing consolidation. Obviously, it's overbought right here. You can see Ethereum is overbought, Bitcoin is nearing overbought, and then Litecoin is overbought. So all these cryptos are overbought. You can see even on the coin market cap, a lot of consolidation right now. We're kind of plateauing at the peak of our break to the upside. And now we're really just looking for some sideways trading, which you can see Bitcoin Cash is doing, Bitcoin SV is doing. And then we should maybe either trade out sideways, pump higher, or see some sideways trading and then correct a slight bit lower and then shoot up. But long term, I am bullish for the next 4 months. It's only short term, in the immediate, do I expect to see maybe a small consolidation or a small correction back down to support. If we just look at Litecoin and we look at this last candle forming right here, this once again seems like a Morningstar Doji. For those of you that don't know what a Morningstar Doji is, this is what that looks like. So you can see Morningstar Dojis usually form at the top, or sorry, an Evening Star Doji. I had it backwards. Evening Star Dojis usually form at the top, and it's usually a pattern that refers to a correction to the downside. It's showing you the peak of the bull run, and then we see a small short-term correction. This is just a small thing I do plan on expecting to see. This will most likely be that thing right here. We're starting to see a lot of uncertainty the past couple of days on Litecoin and some of the other cryptos. So this may mark the top, and then we could see a small short-term correction, if not just lowering us back down to, like I said, around 60 to 50 on the RSI. That may get us down to the support, the uptrend right here, or it's just going to be some sideways movement until we break up even higher. My main watch is going to be on Bitcoin, of course. Obviously, there's 10,000 resistance level on Bitcoin, and it doesn't make sense for Bitcoin to retest that when being overbought on the daily, and I believe even overbought on the 4 hour. It doesn't make sense for these coins to do that. It really doesn't. So sideways movement, maybe a correction back down to the downside before we see any sort of major swing to the upside is what I'm merely expecting to happen on the market. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum is extremely overbought on the daily, extremely overbought on the 4 hour, and then you can see if we go to the weekly, finally, as anticipated, we have shot up. So if you go back a couple weeks into my videos, I basically told you guys that we were undervalued on the weekly. We had finally a bullish cross on the MACD, and the fact is we were undervalued and below the high-low MMA. The coins always like to retest the high-low middle moving average, and you can see that's exactly what it's doing. It retested 213. And now I said on a conservative approach, it would go to 211, and we could trade around in between 211 and $307. Probably that's where it's headed to within this resistance. So I believe in terms of long-term, holding, Ethereum is definitely a great play right now, because I do think we are going to be seeing some very, very, very high positions in the next couple of weeks. But in regards to short-term movement, I do think it needs to kind of cool off a little bit, consolidate back down, and then explode up even higher. Same thing goes with XRP. Honestly, there's really not much left I have to say for XRP. It looks like we're finally breaking out of what appears to be our massive 3-year bear market. You can see right here, XRP may be one of the biggest buys for 2020, and I'm not trying to overhype this, but if you just take a quick gander at the charts, this descending fractal right here, or at least this downtrend that's been suppressing the market since 2017, every single time we retest, we end up breaking downwards and breaking through it, correcting lower. You can see right now we're finally actually outside of the downtrend. I know it's too early to judge because if you just look at this previous one, we did consolidate. But if you think about it, these candles right here actually closed below it. You know, on the weekly chart, this is the first weekly candle we've actually had below the or above the downtrend. So when you look at XRP, it really shows that there's a very high chance we could either swing up to 37 cents, just like Ethereum did. So when you look at Ethereum's weekly, you can see it did exactly what was expected to happen. You can see it shot all the way up to the high level MMA on the weekly. Same thing looks like it's going to happen on XRP. A small consolidation back up to 37. And then we have a cap, I'd say conservatively, at 84 cents. So we could easily trade around in between here. With the coin at 22 cents, it may quadruple in price. You might be up 400% in the next probably 4 or 5 months. So I definitely make sure to have some XRP in your bag. Now, I'm no financial advisor. This is just my train of thought. It's what I'm doing. Take it with a grain of salt. And, let me know your feedback down below. But that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. Like I said, if you want to help support the channel, definitely make sure to check out DueDEX down below. The first link in the description. Definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.